Today's anime last night video, I'll be showing you guys how to get rerolls, mythic shards, and jewels. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, you're probably wondering where is the grinding videos now. I've got literally 3 grinding videos I'm working on at the moment. So when I drop my first grinding video, it'll be daily. But before today's video starts, please do subscribe because I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. And also, do me that favor, since if you're trying to help me get 100k, you must like and comment just for the algorithm, even if you don't want to. But yeah, join the Discord server down below. And I'll stop yapping and let's just get straight into the video. Okay, now this video is probably going to be targeted mostly towards new players. However, maybe some current or older players might want to know what's the best reroll method. So we're going to go over rerolls first. So we've got all the simple methods that I want to get out of the way. Things like gold shop. In the gold shop, you can see... Actually, no. Oh, this is rerolls. So I'm getting mixed up with shards already. Okay, rerolls. We've got tournament. Tournament is an insane way to get rerolls. I highly recommend every single update you do your tournament. So yeah, always do tournaments because as you can see, 650 rerolls if you come first to 12th place. Even if you don't, you get 400 here. I usually get around here and sometimes here. So yeah, it's a lot of rerolls. And even if you don't, 150 is still pretty decent considering you just have to do a couple tournament runs to get on it. It's not too difficult to do tournaments in this game, in my opinion. Infinity Castle gives some rerolls, but it's too crazy compared to something like tournament, which I highly recommend. Always claim your daily login, by the way. You might get some rerolls from it. As you can see, 50, 70, 50, 70. 30, 30, it's okay. It's nothing too crazy once again. Battle Pass gives quite a lot of reels, especially if you do own the Battle Pass. So I would recommend you buy a Battle Pass, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. Okay, so if you don't have too much Robux, don't spend your last couple Robux on the Battle Pass. But it is quite good in my opinion. I got quite a lot of rerolls from the Battle Pass. So if you got a lot of Robux, don't really hesitate to buy it. Or you can always trade in this game for the Battle Pass. So I recommend you always trade for the Battle Pass. How about that? And there's also another battle pass and here battle pass that gives a decent amount of reels, but this is it doesn't give nowhere near amount the same compared to this. Like this gives way less reels, this battle pass, than this one. So always get these ones. So yeah, those are decent ways to get rerolls. This is what I always recommend you do, is always get your rerolls from the refresh. I usually do shards and not rerolls too much, but you can always get rerolls here because you get 50 here, you can get another 50 here, which is 100, 150 here, and then you got your dungeon shop. Wait, let me go back out. Dungeon shop, you get another, that's 200, and then you got, I'm pretty sure you get another 50, that's 250, 300. Oh, actually you can buy these. Wait, let me quickly buy them. You know what, I might as well just buy the reels too. Yep, let me get all of these. And then, wait, did I miss one? I think I might have missed one. And then, yeah, that's 350, and then you can actually, if you haven't already, pirate token. Oh no, that's just shards, not rerolls. But yeah, 350 from restocks, and it restocks like every 3 days, or I think it's like every 2 or 3 days. So refreshes every 2 or 3 days. So every 2 or 3 days from just stocks alone, you can get 350 rerolls. I particularly just do it for shards because you can AFK farm rerolls, which I'll show you how to do in just a second. But you can also get level rewards, which give you a good amount of rewards. As you can see, just claim them. Okay, you grind the game, you claim them. Index rewards, if you don't claim them, then claim them because they'll give you a little bit of rerolls. But yeah, there's a lot of small ways to get rerolls, but the main ways is going to be raids that you can AFK farm, infinite that you can AFK farm, and also when you do things like infinite and raids, you'll stack up a lot of damage when you do it overnight. And then if you click claim, you'll get a decent amount of rerolls. Obviously, I've already claimed mine, so I just got like 1. But because you just farm so much damage overnight from doing infinite or raids, you got a lot of damage, you come here, you claim. So let's say you farm like, I don't know, 150 rerolls, you get like an extra 50 from this, for example. The question people have is whether raids is better or infinite is better. Now, in my opinion, I think infinite is still better than raids. However, if you need jewels, you should still do raids. And I think, like, it just depends on RNG, that's the thing, and what you also need. Because the thing is, with infinite, you'll get things like the meat. No, don't make that weird, to max level unit. So what's like a unit I need to max level? You know, we'll just max level this guy. You get this meat from infinite along with the rerolls, so you can max level units, which is very, very nice. So I usually just do infinite. Last night I literally got 200 reels from infinite. You get like every 100 waves you get on average like 10 or something like that, which isn't amazing. But what you got to keep in mind with the raids is it's not guaranteed you get rerolls every single run. So in my opinion, I think infinite's better, and that's what I'm going to try the time task. But you can always, you know, AFK raids, and that will also give a decent amount of reels. So it's either raids or what's it called, raids or infinite. But in my opinion, I'm still taking infinite. But let me know in the comments, would you guys, what's the better for reals, infinite or raids when it comes to AFK farming? Because there might be some, you know, disagreements in the comment section. So make sure you comment it. Just if I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying, you can help other people. But I'm gonna show you guys how to AFK farm infinite for rerolls. I'm just making sure I haven't forgot any reroll methods. If I haven't, then I'll show you guys exactly how to do that right now. So get Tantastic link in the description, and I'm gonna show you how to Tantastic info. So I personally use all the hotkey macros like informals or whatever, but you can still always do in Tantastic. You know, in Tantastic is the free goat. Tiny Task, the link to get it will be in the description. It's very good. It's free and it's not a virus. So yeah, preferences, continuous playback. If you want to set your custom speed, the faster you do it, the more likely you are to use up memory and lag until you stop the macro and close Roblox. So it's up to you depending on your PC. I usually just put it on 3 times, then okay. Continuous playback, make sure you have that enabled. Playback hotkey, put it on the top one, and then put recording hotkey on F8 just for the time being. And then yeah, I use this team and Oasis Infinite. It doesn't necessarily matter what units you use, just make sure it's a good enough team to get to like a wave 100 on Oasis Infinite. That's what I do at least. You want to do like a wave 100 Nightmare. I mean, if you use like a proper Buns demon, you can do a normal then maybe, but realistically I do Oasis, Nightmare, Infinite. And I tried to get a wave 100 now. Because I use auto hotkey macro, I pretty much, you know, get there similar every amount of time. But if you do a couple of testing with a decent amount of teams, you could probably sort it out with Tiny Task, okay? It probably won't be that difficult. So, when you go into the game, you don't want to place anything, you don't want to start recording. All you want to do is make your view top down and scroll all the way out. And then you're just going to lose, okay? But yeah, don't do anything, just make a camera angle like this. And then lose, and remember to do your settings, your F8 on recording, playback is at the top, continuous playback and custom speed, and then I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Now I want to also mention that you don't have to use like one farm, you can use 2 farms, you can use any units you like as long as you can get to wave 100 Nightmare, like around there. You can get a little bit over and it won't be that bad, but I wouldn't make it in like an insane team. And also you won't be able to use any abilities unless you record that within Time Task. So I'm not going to show you how to record abilities in the Time Task, but just because you'll mess it up. But you can also record like putting an auto, because like let's say Gojo, you can put his time stop on auto in the recording. But I'm simply just going to show you how to place an upgrade. So recording hotkey is F8, so it'll go red when I'm recording. So I'm going to record right now by pressing F8 on my keyboard. Spam click retry a couple of times, then you're going to press 6 on your keyboard, or whatever you want to place first. I'm going to place idle first. There you go, and then spam T. So place the unit down, spam T. And then I want to place Jorno next. So I'm going to press 5. Okay, then I'm going to spam T. Then I'm going to place, I don't know, Goru next. Click and spam T. Place, spam T. Place, spam T. End the recording. And why I'm going to spam T after you place is because it'll upgrade. And I'll show you exactly why. Because it'll go to place the unit again. Click on it, open the upgrade UI, and then spam click. And also to end the recording is the same as the hotkey to start recording. Okay, once you end the recording hotkey, put this one as the top one, F8, and then put playback hotkey on F8. So recording hotkey, just put it as the top one, playback hotkey on F8, then press F8 on your keyboard, and it'll just continuously play the Time Task. Now the faster you make it, the little bit more efficient, but like I said, it'll take up more memory temporarily and make you like a little bit more. And as you can see, it's placing down the units, maxing them out. But yeah, so it's not as good as like some of the paid macros and the auto hotkey macros, but what you also got to keep in mind is this macro is free, so you can't really have too many complaints. You get a free infinite Time Task macro, and it's quite simple to set up, and you just want to make sure you get to wave 100. If you get a little bit further, it's not that serious. And you can also record you putting on the ability, but it's a little bit more tedious if I'm being honest. So that's why I simply didn't do it, because it's more tedious. But as you can see, it's just going to keep going on and on and on. And yeah, it's pretty simple. The max amount eventually is infinite, so they have a lot of time. And yeah, you can adjust it however you like, but that's just, you know, the rough method, I guess you could say. But yeah, I do infinite, and I get like around 200 an overnight rerolls, or like 170 to 200. And I don't even run my overnights for that long. They're more like 7 hours, 8 hours. I haven't really done like a 10-hour overnight or anything like that. But yeah, that's enough yapping for rerolls. Now we move on to shards because a decent amount of you also probably want shards. I've been in that situation before. Okay, now I'm going to be completely honest with you. A majority of mythic shard methods are similar to the real ones that I showed, except from a couple. So we'll go over the major ones. Well, not major ones, but we'll go over some. So a very good strat is to use gold shop. A lot of you know gold shop, but if you want to know every time there's a mythic shard in the gold shop, if you go on the Anime Last Stand Discord server, discord.gg/Anime Last Stand, also join my Discord server down below in the description, but discord.gg/Anime Last Stand, you join that, there's a ping in the Discord server. You can get a ping every single time there's a mythic shard in the shop, so I highly recommend you get that, and then you can buy like 3 mythic shards, which is, you know, quite nice. Obviously, daily wheel will give you some mythic shards, as you can see. I always get like sometimes at least 5 times mythic shards, which is quite nice. Tournaments also give a good amount of mythic shards if you do place high. As you can see, 60 mythic shards is quite nice, 35 once again, 20, etc, etc, etc. It's very nice. Infinity Castle actually gives an okay amount, to be honest. It kind of surprised me. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So you probably get like around 20 mythic shards, maybe a little bit less from Infinity Castle. And the thing is, with Infinity Castle is quite quick in this game since the runs take like 3 minutes. Level rewards give a good amount of mythic shards, as you can see, and these legendary shards and epic shards can be converted to mythic and vice versa. So yeah, you got those. Once again, the boss rush gives rerolls, but it also does give shards, and I majority use it for shards. I should probably use it for rerolls as well, but yeah, I mostly use it for shards, to be honest, as you can see. And you can buy the legendaries that convert into mythics, so you can get quite a lot from all of these shops. As you can see, 10 here, 10 here. Some of them give 5, some of them give 10. These give 10, but then these might give like 5. Yep, these give like 5, and then 10 here, and then yeah, 5 and then 10 here. And then I think you could have bought shards from one of these. Yeah, you can buy mythic shards from the pirate token raid as well. So yeah, and you can also get mythic shards and legendary shards from the merchant. As you can see, I got 2 right here, and the merchant spawns like I think every 10 minutes or so. That might be wrong, so don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. And yeah, I'm just trying to think. There's not really too many like insane mythic shard methods. Oh yeah, I completely forgot, but Battle Pass actually gives a lot of mythic shards. It used to give a lot, and then they nerfed, and then they buffed it again, because look, you get 10 here, which you convert to mythic if you wanted to. Epic, not that much, but you get 2, and then the later on we go, because it's 100 levels, you should get a decent amount, because look, I've gotten loads, and I'm pretty sure I got from the Battle Pass. As you can see, you start to get a lot more frequently, and you also get a lot of legendaries, which you can convert. Yep, there you go, you get more, and then as you go on, more legendary, and then you can more mythic. So yeah, it becomes very nice, especially if you actually own the Battle Pass. So I mean, yeah, if you just keep farming those, you'll always have enough mythic shards if you keep farming the stocks. You can also AFK farm challenges, but in my opinion, I think they're very mid, and they're not a guaranteed drop. You can also do portals if you really want to. You can macro portals. The best type of portals are Ashen Runes. I think I've heard is quite good. You can at least get a guaranteed legendary one. Sulking Palace is decent because you always get like a guaranteed another portal. So even if you don't get a shard, you'll guaranteed get another portal, and you can figure out a macro for that. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't have one for you. But yeah, realistically, the best thing to do in my opinion is just do your stocks, do your shops, do your spins, and just if you keep recycling through those, you'll always have enough shards. Right now, I don't know how many shards do I have, because I've been spending loads on evos, and I still have a lot, mostly because of things like battle passes and buying the stock. So yeah, I have a decent amount. I know people with way more than me that do the exact same thing. So if you're a new player, hopefully you found that part quite helpful. For jewels, there's only really 2 main methods. Obviously, there's all the side methods that I've mentioned in this video, like a battle pass, and I wouldn't really buy the battle pass purely for jewels, for being honest. There's like a bunch of small ways to get jewels, but there's 2 main ways to get your jewels in my opinion. 1 either being raid, 2 being a purgatory story. So if you go raid, it'll give you 60 jewels every run, and it'll give you some rerolls if you get lucky. I also forgot to mention it for rerolls, but I don't think that many people do anymore. It's that like if you do Act 6, you're guaranteed rerolls 3 times per Act 6 every single day, but not that many people do that anymore, I don't think, just because you can AFK farm. But as you get 60 jewels now, if you're doing it purely for jewels, you could do the Azure map because it gives the same amount. So if you're doing it purely for jewels, you can always do the easier map just because it'd be faster. And plus you can spawn at, you can place at the spawn of that map as well. And another way you get a decent amount of jewels is if you go over here. You can do Purgatory Story, which gives a little bit less. So raids are technically better, but these are also quite fast. Legend stages, I think, give a little bit. Yeah, they give 60, so you could farm legend stages. So yeah, jewels aren't that hard to get, to be honest. Because you could do like Purgatory Early Story if you're really new to the game. And should still give a little bit, I think. Oh wait, no, they changed it. Okay, never mind. Purgatory early on is kind of buns, but yeah, just do your raids. Just do your ice raids if you're really desperate, because you'll just get some rerolls overnight with the jewels. But yeah, it's not really gonna take up too much time. You can get jewels from other things, but it's nothing too crazy. Also, just claiming your quest will give you a decent amount of jewels. You can just, you know, quickly claim these. You get like 1,000. Your permanent quest will give you a little bit of jewels. No, they won't. That's emeralds. I got them mixed up. Yeah, so I'm kind of tired. I think that's pretty much it. It's just a quick guide video. I know some of you guys do find it useful when I upload these, and they tend to do quite good over time. So yeah, quick little filler video for those of you that just didn't need the information, but for those of you that did, and hopefully you did find it useful, because you definitely need the shards and the rerolls this update with the 6 new units, surprisingly. So yeah, subscribe, like and comment. Don't worry, like I said in the intro, I've got the grinding videos planned. I'm literally grinding as we speak. So yeah, I'll stop yapping, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.